What if I told you that deep beneath Ethiopia's scorched desert, scientists discovered massive jaws that rewrote everything we thought we knew about human evolution? These bones belong to a ghost species that lived 2.8 million years ago. Not some distant ape, but an upright walking, tool-using cousin who competed with our earliest ancestors for survival. Picture this. In the harsh badlands of the Afar region, two intelligent species once faced each other across the same watering holes, gathered the same foods, sheltered in the same caves. One would evolve into us. The other would vanish so completely that we forgot they ever existed, until a single jawbone emerged from ancient stone to tell their story. This isn't just about old fossils. It's about a species that lost evolution's most brutal competition, erased by the very ancestors who would one day dominate the planet. And the winners? They're watching this video right now. To understand this mystery, we need to travel back 4 million years. Close your eyes and imagine Africa as an unbroken sea of rainforest stretching from coast to coast. Where the Sahara Desert burns today, rivers once flowed through tropical paradise. But deep underground, titanic forces were ripping the continent apart. The Great Rift Valley began to form, a 3,000-mile wound that would transform everything. As the earth split, the rain stopped coming. Forests retreated, grasslands emerged, and in this changing world something extraordinary happened. A group of apes descended from the trees. Their spines straightened, their legs lengthened. They were learning to walk. These were the Australopithecines, the southern apes. For over 1 million years, they thrived across East Africa. But around 3 million years ago, as mega droughts turned lakes to dust, scattered populations became trapped in isolated valleys. Each group faced unique challenges. Each evolved differently. In one remote pocket of Ethiopia, something unprecedented was taking shape. A population was developing massive jaws, specialized grinding teeth, and facial muscles powerful enough to crack foods that would shatter other species' teeth. This was Australopithecus Deyiremeda, built to survive anything. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. Mist rises from shrinking waters as 15 shadows emerge from acacia trees. A Deyiremeda family group. Mothers clutching infants, juveniles staying close, males scanning for danger. Standing just over 4 feet tall but built like compressed power, they move with practiced caution toward the water's edge. This is where death waits. A Denisovans, a saber-toothed cat that specializes in killing primates, crouches in tall grass. 15-foot crocodiles lurk beneath the surface. The group drinks quickly, efficiently, then retreats to higher ground. Now watch closely as they feed. While other early humans struggle with tough dry season plants, Deyiremeda thrives. Their industrial-strength jaws pulverize underground tubers hard as wood. They crack seed pods that would destroy other species' teeth. A young male uses a stick to probe a termite mound. Yes, they use tools, extracting protein-rich insects. But look to the horizon. Another group approaches. These figures walk differently, more upright with longer strides. They carry sharp stones. It's early Homo, our direct ancestors, and they want the same fruit grove. The two groups freeze 30 yards apart. Two branches of humanity's family tree face to face. The Deyiremeda are stronger, their bite force crushing. But Homo has something else. Those stones aren't just tools. They're weapons. The first rock strikes a Deyiremeda male's shoulder, then another, and another. Our ancestors have learned to throw with deadly accuracy. The Deyiremeda retreat, leaving the fruit trees to their competitors. This scene will replay countless times across the millennia. Each encounter, Homo grows bolder. Each retreat, Deyiremeda loses more territory. The countdown to extinction has begun. The geological record tells a story written in stone and bone. Between 2.8 and 2.6 million years ago, East Africa endured catastrophic climate swings. Lakes that existed for millions of years evaporated into salt flats. Forests shrank to desperate patches. The grasslands turned semi-desert. Microscopic analysis of Deyiremeda teeth reveals increasing wear patterns. They were being pushed to survival's edge, grinding bark, dried roots, anything to stay alive. But here's where the evidence turns chilling. Some fossils show healed fractures consistent not with predator attacks but with blunt force trauma, combat wounds, from other hominins. In the same rock layers containing the last Deyiremeda fossils, something new appears. Oldowan technology. These aren't random rocks. They're deliberately crafted cutting implements. On nearby animal bones, we find precise cut marks. Our ancestors were butchering meat with surgical precision while Deyiremeda watched from the shadows. The game had changed forever. Early Homo could access calories Deyiremeda couldn't. Bone marrow cracked open with hammerstones. Tough hides sliced with sharp flakes. Meat harvested quickly before predators arrived. But there's darker evidence hidden in these ancient sites. March 2015. The Lady Giraru Research Area, where temperatures hit 117 degrees in shade that doesn't exist. This Mars-like landscape of red rock and ancient lake beds guards its secrets jealously. Dr. Johannes Haile Selassie has been coming here for years, following geological clues pointing to fossils from humanity's crucial turning point. Then, a local Afar guide spots something protruding from a cliff face. Bone, fossilized to the color of dark coffee. As they carefully excavate, the team realizes this is no ordinary find. It's a complete lower jaw with teeth intact. The proportions match no known species, too robust for early Homo, too derived for Lucy's kind. Over 2 weeks, they uncover more fragments. Upper jaw pieces, isolated teeth, each confirming they found something unprecedented. Under generator-powered lights at field camp, the magnitude becomes clear. CT scans reveal internal structures unlike any hominin in the fossil record. They name it Australopithecus Deyiremeda, close relative in the Afar language. Carbon dating places it between 2.8 and 2.6 million years ago, exactly when early Homo was emerging. The implications shatter our understanding. Our ancestors weren't alone. They had competition, and that competition is now extinct. But the real shock came with advanced isotope analysis in 2019. By studying chemical signatures in tooth enamel, scientists can determine what individuals ate and where they lived. The results were unprecedented. Deyiremeda and early Homo were consuming identical foods, drinking from the same water sources, occupying the same territories. In nature, this scenario has only one outcome: competitive exclusion. Two species cannot occupy the same ecological niche indefinitely. One always eliminates the other. Then came an even more disturbing discovery. Growth patterns in Deyiremeda bones showed they reached adulthood in just 10-12 years, compared to the 18 to 20 years for modern humans. This accelerated development only evolves under extreme survival pressure. When life is so dangerous, you must reproduce young or face extinction. What could cause such pressure? Predators were one factor, but the timing tells a different story. This growth acceleration coincides exactly with early Homo's appearance in the region. Were our ancestors not just competitors but active threats? The smoking gun may lie in those Oldowan tools found with Deyiremeda remains. Hand anatomy reconstructed from fossil fragments suggests Deyiremeda couldn't have made these tools. Their thumbs too short, their grip too weak for precision work. So why are these tools found with their bones? Were they used on them rather than by them? We prefer to imagine evolution as a peaceful branching tree, each species finding its niche. The reality was closer to a battlefield, multiple human species competing for limited resources in a shrinking world. And in this competition, our ancestors held winning cards. Bigger brains, early Homo's cranium was 30% larger, enabling superior problem solving and social coordination. Advanced tool use that transformed stones into weapons. The ability to throw accurately, a simple skill that revolutionized both hunting and warfare. Most crucially, the capacity for coordinated group action that we might recognize as humanity's first warfare. Deyiremeda had their own advantages: powerful jaws that could process foods others couldn't, rapid maturation that should have given them demographic superiority, robust builds that made them formidable in close combat. But in evolution's cold mathematics, brains beat brawn, tools beat teeth, coordination beats strength. By 2.5 million years ago, only one hominin species remained in East Africa. They would master fire, develop language, spread across the globe, and eventually become us. But they emerged from a crucible where other human species fell. Deyiremeda was just the first in a long pattern. Later would come the extinctions of Homo erectus, Neanderthals, Denisovans. When our ancestors wanted something, they took it. When something stood in their way, it disappeared. Today, Dr. Haile Selassie continues excavating in the Lady Giraru Badlands, each season bringing new fragments, new questions. But the biggest question may never be answered. Did Deyiremeda simply lose evolution's lottery, outcompeted by a smarter cousin? Or is there a darker truth buried in those ancient sediments? The pattern is undeniable. Every human species that shared territory with our ancestors went extinct. Not through gradual change, but in rapid eliminations coinciding with contact. Standing in the Ethiopian desert holding a 2.8 million year old jaw, you can't help but wonder, what would Deyiremeda say if they could speak? Would they recognize in us the same species that drove them to extinction? Because here's what should keep us awake at night. We've proven throughout history that we eliminate competition, even when that competition is family. The Deyiremeda were erased so completely we forgot they existed until chance brought them back to light. They were the first to learn what every human species would eventually discover. In survival's game, there are no second places. Only winners and fossils. But one haunting question remains, one that echoes across 2.8 million years. If we did this to our own cousins who walked upright and used tools and loved their children, if we erased every other human species we ever encountered, then when we finally meet another intelligent species, whether from Earth's hidden corners or from beyond the stars, will we prove we've evolved beyond our violent past? Or will future archaeologists, sifting through the ruins of civilization, find the same dark pattern written in different bones? What do you think humanity would do?